Hi ladies, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a review and demo on the Maybelline New York Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. The shade that I have is in Cocoa number 95. I believe this is the darkest shade that they have. I will be reviewing this, giving you my thoughts on how I feel about it, and give my real honest opinion of this foundation. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'll be doing the demo, and then I'll follow up with you guys after I've worn the foundation for about 8 or 9 hours. Let's get right on to the demo. Bye guys. Quick thoughts on it. First thoughts. It is now 10:16. I started applying the foundation about, I forgot to show the time on that one, but I started applying the foundation about 10:14, I think. 10. Nope. It was 10:10 because I'm filming. So it was about 10:10 when I first applied the foundation on. It is 10:16 now, and I have buffed it all in. And I'll just quickly want to say this brush from dresslink.com is amazing. I tried this foundation out like a day or two after I got it. I didn't have it on for long. It was really quick, and I was in a rush. And my first impression of it then was not that good. But I was like, you know what? Let me do an actual sit-down review and actually wear it from morning till night and see how this foundation works. Put it on a day where I'm not rushing and my thoughts are not all jumbled. And so yeah, and that's what I decided to do today. And I mean, just like the first time I put it on, it looks so good, and it looks like my skin. I don't like super full coverage makeup. I don't like full coverage makeup. Let me just put it like, I don't like full coverage makeup. I like medium coverage makeup, and sometimes I like a full. No, actually, no, I don't like full. I like medium coverage. I'm trying to think, has there any been a time where I bust on a full face? No, because that's what concealer and powder is for. So if I want a more fuller look, I'll go powder on top and conceal. So my foundation preference is medium dewy. This foundation is like a satin semi-matte finish. It does almost dry like a powder. It looks like your skin, my imperfections are showing through. I wear foundation to even out my skin tone, not to cover up imperfections. I don't mind that you see acne scars. Hell, it is what it is. I don't mind that at all, because that's me. It's a part of me. I can't help it. I had acne as a teen. I got acne as an adult. And not as bad as I did when I was a teen, but needless to say, it is what it is. I don't put foundation all over the rest of my body, and I have freckles and spots and scars from track, when I ran track, and scars from my dog because she just likes scarring me up. But needless to say, I'm not putting makeup on them to cover them up, so why should I do my face? So basically, I wear foundation to even out my base, not to cover my imperfection, or not to cover my, you know, imperfections like my acne scars. So I do really like this foundation so far. I think it's perfect for those days where you just want to do a natural everyday look, or a no makeup look, or you just want to put on something to make you look like you are alive. This is a really good foundation so far, and it's already dry. What I noticed is, as soon as you probably want to work in sections with this foundation, because as soon as it hits your skin and the air is touching it, it starts to set. So you have to work quickly with this. If not, then you will be left with blotches, and that was my problem when I first tried it out. I had got up and did something, or I was looking for something, and the foundation was sitting in spots all over my face for like 5 minutes before I finally found what I was looking for. And when I started to work it in, it was really blotchy. I did it this way now, and it went on really smooth, really nice and even, and I like that so far. And the color is a perfect match. It is now 10:20, and I'm about to head out to Mass and run a couple of errands. So when I get back from that, I will give you guys a quick update, and then I will update you right before I'm ready to take it off tonight. So yeah, I will see you guys in a minute. Bye. Now I am back with my final thoughts on the Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. And by the way, the shade that I have is in Coconut, 95 Coconut. I believe it's the darkest shade that they have. On camera, the makeup don't look too bad, but in person, it's pretty bad. So, I have had this what time is it now? 8:53 now. So I've had it on for what? About 9 hours. Give or take about 9 hours. It's a long time to have on makeup. But I do this for you guys. So yeah, I have tried and tested this foundation. I have been in the heat. And if you live in Texas, you know today was hot. It was a really hot day today. A really hot day. I have been in and out of the heat, running errands all over the place. So this foundation has been broken in and truly tried and tested. I am very oily now in my T-zone. I have been blotting all day. I started blotting at about 11 because I spent I started blotting. I started getting really oily in my T-zone, forehead, and especially my nose area. Yeah, I got extremely oily there, and I had to blot. I was blotting probably every 20 minutes, taking tissues and blotting my face because I was just getting really oily. A lot of it probably had to do with the fact that it was hot and I was going in and out of the heat. I did sweat in this makeup. Surprisingly, my makeup is still on my forehead because that's where I was getting a little, not sweat like pouring down, but more just a little wet on my forehead. So I did a lot of blotting there because of that. Then I just was really oily here, so I had to blot. So I was blotting every 20 minutes all day. I have breakage and separation of foundation around my mouth. I don't know if you guys can see that. Fully zoom you guys in, but let me see if I can. You probably still can't see it as well as I can in person, but it started to break up around my cheeks. There's a lot of breakage and separation of makeup right here along my cheeks. Around my mouth, the makeup just started to cake up. Not necessarily break, but cake up really bad. And then along my jawline, the makeup shifted. It just disappeared here. Really, really bad. Mostly over here, but really, really bad. It broke up and separated up under my eyes as well. Okay, so yeah, it's just, it doesn't look up here to be that bad on camera, but in person it looks really, really bad. The foundation, when I first applied it, after it went on, okay, what I did notice when I first applied is it goes on very liquidy, very watery, but as you start to blend it, it kind of turns more thick, not thick creamy, but just a thicker consistency as you start to blend it. And I believe that's because as soon as the formula hits air, or as soon as air hits the formula, it starts to thicken, which is why I said earlier you literally have to work in sections because it sets really, really fast. It went from feeling like my skin and looking like my skin to feeling and looking like foundation. And I know it's foundation, but I don't want it to look or feel like foundation. It looks like I put a whole bottle of foundation. It feels like I put a whole bottle of foundation on my face. It's just very heavy feeling on my skin. I mean, pretty much that's all. I mean, it started off really beautiful throughout the day. It was still really nice looking on the skin, but when it, but like after like, I want to say 5 hours, that's when it just started to really just move around and break up and change on me. The foundation does not oxidize. It stayed the same color as it was when I first applied it. I don't have bad feelings about it because I wore it for 8 hours in the sun and heat. So that can contribute to a lot of it. But, you know, when you buy foundation, you want foundation that's going to hold up through the weather, you know, through the storm. I don't recommend this foundation if you're going to be outside. Any events outside and it's hot, no. If it's kind of cool and it's outside, if you're like autumn type weather outside, perfect. But or maybe even spring weather outside, perfect. But if you're going to be wearing this during the summer and you live in a climate or a state that gets really, really humid and hot, I do not recommend this for that type of weather. It will not hold up very well in that type of weather. And I used a primer with this too, so, and a pretty good one. I used the baby skin primer, and it's a pretty good primer to me anyway. Maybe if you tried Milk of Magnesia underneath, or I don't know any other primers to recommend. I don't think any of the e.l.f. primers would do a better job. I mean, I like the e.l.f. primers, but they are silicone based, and I don't think silicone based primers work well with this type of foundation. The baby skin is a silicone based foundation, and I think it's really good. It just did not work well with this particular foundation. So maybe trying a primer that's not silicone based would work. If you're going to wear it on a special event outside and you have to be outside, then try a really good mattifying primer first. It's perfect for cooler weather months. I think it'll hold up to that, and it's perfect for an event that's going to be indoors. I think it will hold up to that as well. It's just that if you're going to be wearing this outside and it's hot, I don't recommend it. I don't think it's not that I don't think it is going to break up on you. It is going to move around and it is going to shift. If you're going to be wearing this at a performance where you're going to be dancing, moving or something like that, I don't recommend this either, because it's going to break up, it's going to move, it's going to shift when your body temperature changes. So be leery of that. Other than that, I do still think it's a pretty nice foundation. It looks good, and it looks good on camera. If you're gonna be filming, this is or anything where you're gonna be behind the camera or taking photos, this looks good in photos. This looks good behind the camera, because you honestly, I had to zoom in for you to see where the breakup is, and you still couldn't really see it that good. I mean, and I have an HD camera, so it looks good on camera, just not in person. So if you're going to be wearing in that type of event, if you're a reporter or anything you do that involves camera, this will be great for you. But I don't recommend this outside in any type of, so don't wear it to a wedding that's going to be outside, to an event that's going to be outside in the heat. It's not going to hold for you. Maybe even try setting it next time, because I did not set it. I wanted to just see how it would have performed on its own. So I didn't set it. So maybe even setting it would work great as well. It does hold your blush and contour and highlight well. My contour and blush is still on my cheeks. That has not faded. So it does hold very well. I mean, the foundation pretty much held well except for around my mouth and my T-zone, and that's probably because I had to blot a lot because I was in and out of the heat. I was sweating, and like when I finally got home, I was out on the patio freaking planting flowers. Like, so I was in the heat. I really tested this foundation, and I did a lot of blotting, so that movement could have just been me blotting. Yeah. So I don't think this foundation is bad. I really do think this is some very nice foundation. It's just not hot weather friendly foundation. So I'll put it like that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Oh, one thing I do want to mention is that this foundation smells like alcohol, and I had exfoliated my skin right before I did this because I like to have a nice, clean, freshly soft, supple skin before I apply my foundation, because it's nothing like trying to apply foundation on top of dry, rough skin or patchy skin. But my skin was still sensitive from the exfoliation, and this burned. So be leery of that too. If you have sensitive skin, you might not want to try this. If you have oily skin, I do not recommend this. It does smell like alcohol, so be leery of that. But overall, it's a decent foundation, and it's try at your own risk. I got mine from Target. It was about $8 or $9. So just try at your own risk. If you have combination dry, this is a really good foundation. You probably won't have any issues. I'm combination to oily, so with my T-zone being the oily part, so I did have issues with that. If you are 100% oily, I don't even think you should touch this foundation, because it's just not going to work out with that. It does not mix well with oil, which is probably why it's an alcohol based. They can lie and tell you it's water based, but it smells just like alcohol. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. I hope this video helped, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, because I can answer you there. I just cannot answer you on my YouTube account because I don't have Google. I'm not linked with Google Plus, so I can't answer questions on Google. On YouTube, because I'm not linked with Google. Just in case someone wants to know, I will leave the link to these brushes down in the description box. I got these from dresslink.com, and this brush, and I said it before in the first clip, these brushes are amazing, and it comes in a pack of 5. Oh, here they are right here. Quickly. Do they come in a pack of 5? Oh, yeah. Okay. They come in a pack of 5. This is what they look like. They come in colors, too. I think there is black, gold, black, silver, white, gold, white, silver. I think another color as well. And I think these were like $9. I'm not sure, but I'll leave the links down in the description box in case you guys want to check these out yourself. I am in love with particularly this brush. I haven't tried these yet, but I'm pretty sure they're just as great. The bristles are very, 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 very soft, and this buffs out foundation so well. I think this is my new favorite. It's in the run to being at competition with my Real Techniques buffing brush, wherever that is right now. But this brush is really, really good. I'm very surprised. The only down thing about the brush I want to say is that it sheds. It doesn't shed bad, but it sheds enough. But it's still a great freaking brush, and if you're looking for a beginner brush, I recommend these. So I'll leave the link to those brushes down in the description box. And until next video, guys,